Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Roxana Haddadi. I'm a TV critic for Vulture. Welcome to Vulture Fest. Welcome to this panel, during which we are honoring the Abbot Elementary Writers' Room, who I would love to come out and join me if that's possible. Thank you guys so much. Let's give them a clap.
Thank you, girl. Thank you. Justin, she said you look cute.
Thank you.
Let's keep the clapping going.
I know.
Okay. Thank you guys for being here. And the reason that we are here is because this very deserving group of writers is the inaugural winners of our Roomy Award.
Woo!
And that is going to a writer's room who is doing exceptional work, which I think that we can all agree is being done here.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
And this is a large group. So what I would love to do is sort of pull from my college dorm RA days and ask if we can go down the line and have everyone introduce themselves. And if you would be willing to share this, what is like a job that you had before Abbot that you think has really helped you in your time in the writer's room? And I ask that because I think TV writer is a fascinating job, and I'd love to know like how you got to this place. Quinta, would you like to start us off?
Yes. I just want to start by saying we are missing 3 writers who are not with us today. They are alive. They're just not here right now.
Thanks for clarifying.
Chad, Becca, and Lizzie, and our script coordinator, Megan, actually, another vital, important part of a writer's room. So those 4 are not with us today because we were told there was not enough room on the stage, and I feel like we could have fit it, but it's okay. So my name is Quinta Brunson, and a job I had before that I think... Sorry, what was the question?
How did it help you when you're writing for Abbot?
Oh, how did it... So when I used to work for Apple, and something I learned there, just in the Apple store as an FRS, which was like a position below the Genius, at the Genius Bar. I fixed phones and iPads and iPods, which I don't even know if they make iPods anymore.
I don't think they do, no.
Crazy.
No.
But the mantra there was, if a customer asked you something, you don't just ignore them or say, I don't know the answer. You say, I don't know, let's find out. So to me, that's helpful for problem solving, for things in the writer's room. I think it's not helpful to just turn down an idea or a pitch, but like, I want to hear what the reasoning for the idea was, where the problem place was, and what it's the solution for, and how we can implement it to make a better script.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My name's Justin Halpern. I waited tables for a lot of years, and it taught me how to eat shit. I already knew how to do it, but now I really know how. And I think in the notes process of developing a show or receiving notes from, people who weren't in the room when the 12, 14 of us were all there, I think you have to learn how to take in things that are viscerally wrong and be like, okay, I hear that, let's think about it, and definitely not do it, but pretend like we are. And I think that's what waiting tables taught me. Helps me in the writer's room.
All right.
Patrick Schumacher, and I'll give a serious one. I used to be a director's assistant, and TV's a visual medium, and you're writing for something that's going to end up on screen, so that helped me out. I also have been this guy's writing partner for like 20-something years, so it taught me how to work with him.
I'm Brian Rubenstein. I was a camp counselor, and this show involves children.
I'm Jordan Temple, and I was a mover in New York City for 5 summers, where I frequently moved sleeper couches up 5-story walk-ups.
Oh my gosh.
So life is hard. That's what that taught me. And if you lift your end, and shit won't fall down the steps. So that's what I brought to the room.
Yes.
My name is Brittany Nichols. I worked as a camp coach, counselor sort of thing for Fremont Parks and Recreation Department with children, and I haven't learned a single lesson in my life.
Love that.
I'm Ava Coleman, which is a coincidence. That's not.
I'll explain it later.
Yeah. I've had a lot of jobs that I guess just make me grateful to have this job, but I would say, again, camp counselor would be the one. I was the youngest, and I had no cousins growing up, so I didn't really meet children until I started working at a summer camp, and they beat me mercilessly and bullied me. There was a group of triplets that hated my rotten guts, and they taught me how to be brave, be strong, not let 6-year-olds win.
Hi, I'm Kate Peterman, and I've had an absolute assload of jobs, a lot of customer service, terrible, awful jobs that made me want just to give up on everything. And I think that taught me I used to quit them all the time, and it was my favorite thing in the world to do. And honestly, I don't think they really taught me how to be good in the room. I think they didn't. I think, though, it taught me to be like really, really appreciative for the job that I have, which I think does make a difference, at least to me. Thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, hello, my name's Justin Tan. I also don't think I've had I've had many jobs also, but I don't think any of them have really prepared me for this one. I held a string of assistant jobs in TV before, like in my early 20s, and I think that has made me very, very grateful to be in this writer's room.
Hello, my name is Joya McCory. I worked in HR up until 2 weeks before I started on Abbot, and there were really zero transferable skills from that. So I had to do the Warner Brothers Writers Workshop, and that is what helped me kind of get along in this room.
That's absolutely not true.
Don't start, guys. Finish the exercise.
Hello, I'm Riley DuFerena. A job that I had was working construction before I started college, and that taught me that I shouldn't be out there working. I didn't belong, I wasn't good at it, and I'm much better suited inside in air conditioning.
My name's Garrett Werner. We've talked about a lot of good jobs here today. But honestly, the thing that prepared me the most was like team sports in my youth, like being on a volleyball team and like having strengths and weaknesses that other people pick you up for and you cover other people. That's sort of what a writer's room really is.
That's pretty good. Thank you, guys. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I feel like that gave us all like a little glimpse. And the way that I've structured this panel is like we're going to do some process questions, we're going to do some clips, we're going to do the awards just so that you guys know and you guys know. So I think probably the first process question that makes the most sense is just like, how do you start? Which is an overly simple question. But Quinta, I think that you have said that you go into each season having broad beats, right? Yes. Like a broad idea of where you want it to go.
Yeah.
So I'm curious like how you come in with what you have prepared or the ideas that you have.
Yeah.
And then how does that play out as a collaboration with the rest of the room?
Yes. Okay. So before a season starts, I do have an idea of what I want the season to look like. Mm-hmm. And what I usually do is call Justin. So Justin and Pat are my co-producers. Mm-hmm. And so I'll usually call Justin, and sometimes Pat. Pat is silly as hell, though, so I have to run it past Justin first. And say, here's what I'm thinking, here's where I kind of want to go. Mm-hmm. And we just talk about the ideas. Like, usually we're on the same page, and Justin I'm usually talking to him first because I am in the room usually for the first 2 months.
More than that.
3 months, I'm in the room day after day, but then after 3 months, I start filming the show. So I always want to make sure that Justin has like a full handle on my ideas, because this was actually the first season I didn't have a layout from the first episode to the last episode, which feels good, honestly. I feel like it's a sign that our room is in a very good place. We're fortunate enough to have most of us have been here since the first season. All of us. So Ava started second season, but the rest of us here since the first season. I really trust the room this year, and I felt that in my heart. So I, for the first time, didn't like. Sorry, I always trust the room. Sorry, hold on. This is the first year I felt comfortable being like, I don't know what 22 is gonna look like, but I feel that the room, we can decide that together. And so then after that, we start the room, and we kind of do blue sky ideas. We talk about what we did last season, what we see for each of the characters, what kind of stories we want to tell. And that's not always a big thing. It's like, I'd like to do this with Melissa this year, or this with Janine, or this with Gregory. And it helps lead us to storylines. We usually have a conversation with someone from the school district.
Educators, administrators.
Administrators, just to make sure that what we're talking about isn't completely wrong. We are a comedy, so we don't have to get it exactly right. And I like to reserve that right for us to work in fiction. This is fiction. But we like to talk to an administrator to kick things off. And then, did I cover it all? Am I missing anything?
No, I think that's largely how it goes. And I think, we talk about where we want where we think our characters were when we left them off, and where we want to see them by the end of the season. And then there's also just a lot of like, it's sort of like it's the safe space to pitch whatever you want at that time, and it kind of all goes into a big document that we, frequently check back in on at certain times during the season.
So then for everybody else on this stage, are you coming in with A plot ideas, B plot ideas, sight gags that you want to see? Like, I'm curious for everyone else, how do you guys approach the beginning of a season and like breaking the ideas? Whoever would like to talk or not talk, that's fine too.
Welcome to our job now.
Okay, there you go.
Somebody get in there. I'm gonna start calling on people in a second. You want me to do that? All right, fine. Fine. Kate.
Can you repeat the question?
Wow, you just got the absolute essence of Kate right there.
Oh, ideas. Yes.
Yeah.
How do you come up with ideas?
That was not the question.
No.
I'll accept it. It's a passing answer. Yeah, how do you come up with ideas? What do you guys come into the room with at the beginning of a season?
So since season 1, I have come in with one idea every single season, and it is an idea that keeps getting shot down. And I'm not going to say it.
I feel like you have to sort of say it.
It doesn't make any sense.
Actually, Brittany, do you want to go, Britt?
I'm gonna hand it over to Brittany.
Brittany, you want to take over?
I'll pass it to Ava.
Well, I just come into the room excited to hear what the bosses think we should do.
Wow.
And then
Answer.
no.
Excellent
No, I'm
answer.
so serious because that's when the gears start turning. You know what I mean? Because break is break, and so I'm relaxing when we're off. I'm like, I'm not using my brain, and so first day I'm like, turn it back on, and then I listen, and then we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, what do you come into the room with? An attitude.
Oh my God.
Okay, let me just.
Welcome to the room experience. So.
Okay, I'm sorry. And I'm going to answer honestly. A lot of times I'll come in fully giving out what happened to my family or funny things that have happened to me or my family. And then it usually jogs something in other people.
Yes.
And that's kind of where we build off of that to give you an actual answer.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank
And, sometimes the ideas get shot down.
Sometimes you what?
The ideas get shot down, like really good ideas, like a cold open idea.
Apparently really good ideas.
When I say balloon friends, what does that mean to you?
Anyone?
You see the empty faces? No one's responding today.
Yet.
Balloon friends is not a thing.
That was a laugh of recognition.
Do you have any more questions? I do.
I do. We can move on from that. Yeah. Although the other question I had, maybe this was the answer, which is when I spoke with members of the What We Do in the Shadows writers' room last year, they talked about ideas that they have on note cards that they stick up on a board, and the season ends and the idea doesn't get used. And so they sort of keep it in their back pocket, although they haven't figured out a way to make it work yet.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there are some of those you would be willing to share with us.
I don't want to run my mouth too much because but
I know.
No, but like for instance, we had a whole episode this year that has been, for me, I guess at least on a note card since season 1, which was the dad fight episode. I wanted to do that episode since season 1, and we finally got around to it. And that was an episode that Justin directed and Ava wrote. Justin, would you like to talk about that, or just kidding?
No, I'd like to pass this down to Ava as a writers panel.
Talk about dad.
Talk about dad fight.
I would love to talk about dad fight.
Thank you.
Dad fight.
Thank you,
was-
sister.
Thank you, sister. Dad fight was super fun, and yeah, we have been talking about it for a while. So I was excited that it landed on my desk to write this season. Yeah, and it was really fun working with a writer who is also a director on our show, Justin Tan. So that was a new experience for me, and we had a really fun guest cast as well.
Yeah, it did.
And people, it seems like such a crazy story, but so many people relate, especially like it happens to teachers a lot. It's a real thing, and you know, parenting is hard and teaching is hard, and so you can find that common ground, I feel, through the struggles, but you know, it's competitive and it's hard to, you know, keep a child's attention, and you know, I feel like it was a really grounded story that we got to have a lot of fun with.
You ate that.
We do have a clip from that episode later that I am excited to further talk. I know, I'm sorry. We're breaking the flow of the conversation. But so things are happening to you guys in real life that come into the show, obviously. And then you're meeting with administrators to get ideas from them.
We don't get ideas from them.
Okay.
We have ideas, and I think it's important to have that clarity, because I think it's important for writers to know that. Period. We do not get ideas from them. We have them, and we check with them to make sure that we are executing it in a way that is somewhat accurate. You know?
Yeah, we want to know what's going on in the world of teaching at the moment.
Yeah.
But we're not like, hey, give us our story ideas.
Yeah, I think that's a really important distinction, and I think most shows that are about a real environment, hospital shows, etc., they're not like going and mining. That you kind of make the story and then you check in, because we're pretty character first, so it's like we want our characters to do things, and then we'll find out later if it's okay. Yeah.
But yeah, like things are based off of people's lives. Like Gregory doesn't like food, Brian doesn't like food, and that was that came from Brian.
A fun fact is that Brian doesn't like food at all, but then we had that in the script, and the network said, we think it's a little weird that Gregory just like wouldn't like food at all. Like, is he a psychopath?
He's just so unlikable.
They
Who would
said-
ever?
They said no woman would like this.
So we had to make it Gregory doesn't like pizza, which made them feel better. But it was supposed to be representation.
It was every notes call. They'd be like, he just seems like a freak show if he doesn't like food.
Yeah.
And it made me so happy I would just stare at Brian during the notes calls.
Okay, so thank
I
you for
got-
that distinction of, I'm sorry,
Gordon has
please, I'm
something.
sorry.
I was gonna say something. Now I'd like to pass it to Ava. No, I was gonna say I went to a small. So I'm from New York City, famously, and but I went to a small private middle school, bunch of broke black and brown kids. But we had in our school, it was all like black and brown kids, and then one day out of nowhere, a white kid came to the school. And so one day last season, I just said, how about a white kid comes to Abbott? And I didn't think it would happen and use it, but Quinta was like, yes, we're doing that.
And it was saved we talked about it last season, for season 3, but we were like, nah, and then it made for the perfect cold open for this season. That was a pin it up idea. Right? That was the cold open for the?
Yeah. The Victorian ghost child.
Yes.
Yeah. This child is haunting the school, right? Okay, so then thank you for the distinction on like administrators are not giving you ideas, right? It is a discussion about what the ideas you guys already have. Yeah. So then I guess the question is like when there are storylines that are inspired by things that are actually happening, like the golf course, right? Yeah. How do you guys find the line of echoing what is actually happening and then putting the Abbot spin on it? Are there like guardrails for this is too accurate or this is too wacky? Is that too analytical of a question for how writing works?
No, I'm just thinking about it. Does anyone else want to jump in?
I feel like as long as we are not making stuff up completely, but I think a lot of times people can get confused between like what is fiction and what is nonfiction, and this is a, fictional show. So as long as we're like, gravity still exists, like we're still following those rules. And then I think it's whatever serves like that's just been my take on it. Like whatever serves the characters and the stories and rationalizing whatever decisions make the most entertaining sense for the episode.
Yeah.
So like the reality is the creation of a golf course affects the neighborhood and the community potentially in difficult ways, but the reality might not be, and they're bribing teachers, right? So like although maybe, I don't know, who can say?
Who can say?
Yeah.
That's the well, that's the fun of fiction that I think it's nice to keep alive here, and the fun of a sitcom and a comedy. It's not real life. It's not a documentary. It's just fun, and it's supposed to be a good time. So I think that writers should always leave themselves the liberty to just make fiction. And if we want to go wacky, we do. We have had wacky things. We can do that. And I think it's fun, too, because those things push the limits of what we can do. Like last season, we did the drug episode. What's it called?
Smoking.
And that episode.
Jordan's episode.
And that, to me, pushed the limits of, like, what we could get away with. So now we can get away with way more this season. The first season, when we even brought Tariq in, that, like, pushed the limits of what we were capable of what you can.
Not an easy sell.
Not an easy sell at all. But it's, like, all about, I love your Abbott Elementary shirt. Where'd you get that? I never have any fucking cool shirts. That's really cute.
We need that intel for
Give me that.
Yeah, we need
Run that. But yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun to push the limits. So I don't like to stay away from wacky completely. Yeah.
And then this is also a question just about, you guys are doing writing in the room, but I think something that came up during the strikes last year is that it is also really important to have a writer on set when episodes are being filmed, right? So I guess I'm curious if you guys can just talk about that. Like, for people who don't know that it's also important for a writer to be there when the episode they wrote is being produced, like, why is that important? Are there any anecdotes that you guys can share about how that works in the world of Abbot? Please.
Ava?
I worked on a show before Abbott that was a great experience, but it was during peak COVID. So it filmed in New York, and I wasn't able to ever go on the set. And that was really hard because there is something about being in person and getting to talk to the actors and being flexible and, having alts and punching up jokes on the fly and just being there and seeing how the show is actually made. Because that was my first show. So I was kind of flying blind, and then I didn't have any real anchoring without being able to like touch the streets and like really see what was going on set. So it feels invaluable to me.
That was like the same for me. I wasn't during peak COVID. I wrote an episode of Atlanta, and I couldn't go like on set, and it was in New York, where I'm from, and I was so sad, and I was like, "What the hell? What a travesty!" But like the benefit of like being on set is like kind of like Ava was saying, but also like being able to enjoy like the process and see everything from the writer's room to ideas you have to like having the script yourself, and then seeing like how you can kind of be more engaged, like you can kind of take it down the line, and it's very satisfying. Yeah.
Well, I think another thing too is that, and one of the unique things about having a show where it's broadcast and we're airing episodes as we're writing them and we're cutting them and all of this stuff is, it's like this beautiful kind of ecosystem that is like a training ground for future showrunners, which like all these guys could be, and so giving the writers an opportunity to produce and see their episode all the way through post and see how the sausage is made, and so yeah, especially like with doing 22, everybody most get like 2 cracks at it, right, all the way through. So that's a really cool thing about this show.
You make a really good point about, unlike many other popular shows, I guess I'll say, besides like 911, we are filming while we're writing, while we're shooting. Sorry, so like wait, that's wrong. So
We are filming and shooting at the same time.
We're filming and shooting at the same time, but we're also we're editing at the same time. So right now we're filming episode 11. Yeah. Nope.
We just
12.
finished that. 12's Monday.
We finished 11. We're between 11 and 12. 15 is being outlined, written. 16 is being outlined. Just edited 10. So all of those things are happening at the same time, and it's helpful when a writer is there all the way through because they can also keep track of like minutia like changes, like the smallest thing where we might change a line that affects something that's coming up in an episode, 2 weeks later, or something that is in an outline for 5 weeks later. So that's the benefit I see, especially in my position, is that I love that our room is able to keep track of the little teeny things that really matter when you're airing the same time you're shooting.
There's also things this happens to me a lot where I'll have something that I'm confident will like play well on its feet is what it's called. And like when you're actually filming and then it doesn't, or something gets weird, or just humans aren't able to do what is written on the page. So you have to kind of switch it in the moment sometimes. Like there was something that happened in 308, which was my episode last season, where we had to like move a talking head around to justify like the story basically. So you have to keep an eye on the story, and that's something, and then learn what can't work. So there was like a joke that we had in that cold open with the basketball, everyone's playing basketball, and that it was so funny to me on the page, but it just was humanly impossible to actually like do. So you have to come up with stuff in the moment. So it's really important for writers, I think, to be on set to both help the story, and also it's so helpful to us to know, like now it's a lesson to be like, oh, okay, I won't do that idea again,
So it's like this continuing cycle of knowledge that is happening as you're writing, as you're filming. I think given all that, maybe the best thing to do next is just to go into some clips.
Let's watch a clip.
Let's watch some episode clips. I think that makes sense. I have pulled a few that I find funny, so hopefully we all will. I'm sure we will. That's why we won the award. So the first one that we are going to play is from season 2's Candy Zombies, which is by Kate. And these clips are a couple minutes long. So we're going to watch the clip and then just whatever anyone on stage remembers from the process of writing it, working on it. Or I have questions too. So we'll figure it out. But let's play the first clip from Candy Zombies. Can we roll that?
Am I going to steal this candy? We shall see.
Okay, so what did we learn? Don't go to Salem or Boston. You know what? Just skip the whole state. Hey, guys, what has gotten into you today? Come on.
They're really on one today.
Ava, could you please come out here?
You know you're not supposed to be doing this.
Which?
No candy until the end of the day. Enjoy the haunted house.
Hello? Where's the candy that's supposed to be here?
Oh, hey, the candy's right. Oh, dang. Where'd the candy go?
Guys, what is going on? Where did you get this? What is in your mouth?
is going on?
What? What the? What?
Oh!
What does it look like, boy? They got into the candy bag.
Hey, watch it. You get my deposit back on this. What the hell is happening?
It was her. She's too absorbed in that damn phone. She let the candy get stolen.
Alleged phone, alleged candy.
Look, I saw those bags. That's 2 Halloweens worth of candy.
How did they even pass it out so fast?
Yeah, and what kid shares candy on Halloween?
We're dealing with a real sicko here.
The important thing to focus on is that no one person is to blame, except of course the thief. Because in a way, I've been robbed when you think about it.
We need to find who took the candy.
We will get to that, but firstly, there's no way we can teach these children when they are like this. They need to burn that energy off.
They can't go outside. It's raining. It's...
Hey, little gremlins! Free recess in the gym!
I'm one of those people where chaos really affects my mood, so I'm just gonna call it a day.
I think one of the things that we enjoy so much about the fact that you guys have 22 episode seasons is that we do get these sort of like holiday collective episodes where they are something we can recognize. So I'm curious, are those holiday special edition episodes, is there a special way that you guys approach those in the room? Do you pick certain holidays per season to focus on? How does that break
God,
down?
I wish we could do that. No, we get an airing schedule at the beginning of the year. So I would love to do a Thanksgiving episode, but we have not gotten Thanksgiving on the schedule yet. So when we find out that we have an episode that's close to Halloween or close to Valentine's Day or close to Christmas, that's when we know what kind of holiday episode we can do. And I think it's just fun. I was a fan of, it's one of the beautiful things about network TV is that airing around a date as opposed to a binge when you're not airing, you're airing all at once. So I just think it's just nice to be able to know that we're going to air at a time and put people in the festive holiday spirit. That episode, that is actually one of our wackier episodes. When I think by one of our wackier writers.
one of the hardest to break. That was a
hard.
Real challenge.
That all those kids, I just got PTSD. I was trying to figure out what's that called when you see something you start sweating. PTSD. So many children.
That episode was another example of when things change. Like that one was in the edit. So when all of the kids were like running out of their classrooms, originally in the script we had the act break on the little girl dressed as a dinosaur. You could see her, and God love her. I feel bad that she didn't get it, but she was supposed to come up and grab the camera and just go in the camera, and that's how it was supposed to break. But the way that it just didn't work out that way. It couldn't happen that way, so we just lost that, and it was one continuous scene.
All types of things. Our kid who was originally dressed as Mr. Johnson got sick and had to come out, Malcolm. And
he was so cute.
He was so cute, and it was so sad, and he was trying so hard. He was like, I have a headache, and I'm sniffling, and I can't see straight, but I can do this. And we were
he goes, I'm dealing with a lot of mucus.
We said, I had to tell him the rest like Tony Stark. I was like, your job is done. And he was so we had to bring in another kid, which, the kids have different comedic skills. So you don't have to technically write different for them, but you have to, the writer being on set is important for like, okay, can that happen in another? Brittany did the last Halloween episode where a kid got sick. Oh my God. And because they get sick all the time, y'all. It's not just COVID, like they just be sick. And one girl got sick, so we had to pull in another little girl. Right? Am I making this up?
No, we
didn't. Get in there, Brittany. I'm done. I can't. I don't remember.
You said it. Somebody got sick. We pulled one of the background kids. And we had to do like some logicking of like what grade she was in and if she could be the person who would be present at that time. So it's just sometimes it's just like logic issues of making sure that the continuity, not just of the episode, but of the entire season is kept intact. And we have to respond to something.
The first kid we had was in Barbara's class, but the only kid that could come do the role was older. So we had to change the lines to be like, oh, this is now a second grader. So the lines have to. So it's stuff like that where just going back to your original question about why it's beneficial to have writers on set.
And something that I also love about the show overall is that as much sometimes as the kids, like, steal 2 years worth of Halloween candy, there isn't like punishment in the show, right? So I'm wondering if there are guidelines for how to write conflict involving the kids. Like, are there things that you guys stay away from?
Someone else can answer. I just feel like I'm talking a lot.
That's fine. Anyone who wants to answer can.
Well, the thing I really loved in smoking that we did is the kid who smoked.
Yeah.
Just like he was basically, Gregory was like, well, did we talk to the kid why he did it? And he was a good kid. And, that was my episode, it reflected an aspect of my life because I was actually expelled for smoking in a school, in boarding school. But it felt like I got like a little bit of, power over that memory because that school is now closed.
Oh, nice.
So that's something I think we do really well.
Yeah.
It's like there's always a solution, and I think what the staff does so well, what we all do so well, and also what the stories are trying to tell is like not exactly make things punitive. Like they're always like lessons, but we're not trying to like hit you over the head with it, kind of thing. Yeah, it's like a lot of empathy there.
I think that's one of the ways that doesn't get talked about where reality and fiction actually comes up. Because I think in a lot of these situations in the real world, we see black and brown kids penalized and treated poorly and not given a second chance. And part of us being able to like create a new world is to put some of, I think, how we wish we had gotten to come up and the values that we as a room hold and the way that we want to imagine the world can be, and we get to work that into how the students are treated when they, make a mistake.
And that goes into, which we can remember from the very beginning of Abbot, the ethos of the hiring process. When we were hiring, we weren't just hiring writers, we were hiring people, good people. And it was important to all three of us to like, it wasn't a part of the, the interview to be like, hey, are you a bad person or a good person? But
be honest.
You could hear people talk, and you could hear where people's morals lied about children, about education, about things like punishment. And I don't care how funny someone is. You could be the funniest motherfucker on the planet. But if we were looking for a certain heart when it came to making this show, a certain ethos, so that we don't even have to have those conversations. We kind of always start the room on the same page and know that we don't have to worry about these kids being harmed or our characters being harmed or causing harm to the audience. And while we won't shy away from larger topics, we just know that, the ethos of the whole room is in the right place, and that started from day one.
You ate that?
Thank you. Thanks, Jordan.
It's also a very like safe room, I feel like, where we definitely get made fun of and we make fun of each other,
Kate.
but see? From her resident HR. No, but it's also like if you are picking up on something that like is definitely unintentional and you're like, oh, I don't know if this is what we want to say with this character, this storyline, we are able to say that, and that's we have showrunners and stuff that are like, no, tell us, because some things you just miss.
And notice really quickly, I'll point something out to y'all.
Oh my God.
Notice really quickly how like the white men in our room, you see how they being quiet? Because they let everybody talk. Riley and Garrett, they say 2 words. Because this is the ethos of the room to let the most marginalized voices speak. Am I wrong? It is in the ethos.
Don't say nothing.
It's true though. It's true. I'm just saying.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
It's about time.
That's true. It's about time. And the people it's a natural order. The bald people get to speak before the people with hair. Okay. The black people get to speak first. Okay. It's an order. I can't explain it to y'all.
I don't know where I stand in this, but
you get to speak first. Black women first, then you. Then Justin, then Kate, then the people with bald, and then the people with hair.
Is there anything you guys want to say about that, or?
That's fair.
Carrie.
I think we want to do. I think we want to do one other clip.
One?
I know. There are like 4.
Just play the clips. We don't
We have 20. We have 20 minutes.
Play the clips.
We're gonna
the show. I know, but the clips are fine. I had a good time watching that. I forgot all about that episode. I didn't even know. That was so long ago. Oh, Jesus.
We're gonna do a clip.
Okay. I'm sorry, Roxanne.
It's totally fine.
Doing it.
It's fine. From the season 3 finale party.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're gonna do that clip. That episode was written by Chad Morton and Rebecca.
Chad is my son. He's not. He was our PA. This is a cool story. He was our PA, and then he became writer's assistant, and now he is a writer. Huh? He's a writer's assistant, but he's written an episode of television. He's going to write
Another this year.
season. Yeah. We like to move up in this.
Yeah, I mean that's the benefit of the room, right?
Yeah.
You are training
Yeah.
the next generation of people who.
Is Chad here? Chad,
we're gonna watch.
stand up.
Was Chad here?
He's not here.
Anyone named Chad. It's
Anyone?
okay. It doesn't matter.
No.
Tristan, stand up. You kind of
Okay.
look like Chad. I'm kidding. No, Tristan, don't.
No.
Lizzie's here, though. Lizzie, stand up, boo. Lizzie, stand up, girl. Stop playing with me.
Everybody clap for
That's
Lizzie. Thank you, Lizzie.
Lizzie, you're off on script. You shouldn't be.
You really shouldn't be here. You really should be writing your script right now, but that's okay.
You can do
but
that
just like
later.
a very quick global point that I'll say is
Please.
that because we do 22 episodes, we have the opportunity to do things like give the assistants scripts and have them do scripts the next season. That's something that we're losing with these shorter orders. So when you're asking for people to do more episodes, that means more opportunity for people that are trying to get a start in
Yes,
this business.
Brittany.
Thank you, Brittany. I mean, let's play
Let's
the
the clip, then.
Yeah, just play the clip. Just play it.
Bye. Good luck on your marriage, Martin.
Oh, shiver me timbers, tiny buckle. Time to abandon ship.
Congrats, kid. Your party made C. Barber go full pirate. Didn't know you had it in you.
Okay, yo ho ho, leave the room. Oh, how'd that get there? Oh no. Oh my God. Oh hey guys, you can stay. It's no last call at Club Janine.
Oh, no. I gotta keep moving or else I'll black out.
Oh no. What about Simon?
We broke up. You guys were so good together. Forget him. Yeah, you deserve better.
Gregory, Yeah, if Gregory would have stayed, I would have told him how I felt, which is that I like him and I want to be with him. That feels good to say out loud. I want to be with him. But he left.
Okay, how about I get the cheeseburger,
Okay.
and then if you get a... Oh, well, where are you going? She clearly wanted you to stay. I don't know what you're so worried about, if it's HR or the rules or that text message, but maybe you should be a little more worried about that.
It has nothing to do with that, okay? I don't even care about the rules at this point, but Manny is inside.
Isn't that him literally leaving?
Okay, that's weird, but I'm pretty sure that they're dating.
I'm pretty sure they're not. He asked, but the thing about dates, Gregory, is that the other person has to say yes. Janine shut that down. Told Mr. Manny that she likes somebody else.
You know what? No. I am done waiting. I bet I can still catch him. Okay.
I fixed your light.
I know, it's really not fun. Oh, y'all nasty.
I want to read something that, Quinta, you said this episode was partially motivated by me all year saying I was going to throw a party at my house and never getting to it, and my writers giving me shit about it because I kept saying I was going to, but we kept getting busy. Did
Let's
the party
let's not
ever
leave Justin Halpern out of this, who said he's going to throw us a cheese party since season 1, and he also has not done it.
So did Pat.
This is true.
The only person who's thrown us a party is Brian.
Part of being a showrunner is promising you're gonna have a party at your house
Okay.
and then
And
never having
don't do it. Exactly.
I don't have a pool.
You don't have a pool?
What? You don't have a pool? Who's sitting here doesn't have a pool?
Hey man, I'm here living paycheck to paycheck.
Shut up, Jordan. Shut up. No. I didn't know you didn't have a pool.
I'll build one. Let's have a party.
I didn't know that. No, but I was supposed to have a party, and I wanted to have everybody over, and people could fall in love, everyone have a good time.
When you said that, everyone was single, and at this point, most of us are now in relationships. That's how long it's been.
I have a kid now.
I have 5 kids.
Some people are still single, so I am going to throw the party, but let me get my bearings together. A lot has happened in my life, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So party to come.
Yes.
Okay, the party will
TK.
eventually happen. Yeah. Everybody cheered for the kiss, right?
Yes.
And you've said that you knew that the end of that season was the right time. Was the fact that it was a shorter season more difficult on the room to like craft the beats of the relationship in season 3?
I wonder what you guys think. Garrett, we haven't heard from you.
At the end of season 3, actually, it was like we were running out of obstacles to put between Janine and Gregory. It was like we were talking like they should be together now at like episode 10. And we have to stretch this out to episode 14. So it was just us coming up with like thing after thing after thing to keep them apart. And that was tough, especially when we had come off the strike and then had been working for a long time.
Yeah, the whole 3rd season in general, first of all, I'm so proud of it, so proud of the work we did. No one will ever know how hard it is to come off of a strike, get put in the room, air in 2 months, I think, after we started writing, while we're still writing, and still churn out what I consider to be good television, but at the very least, somewhat good television. I feel for every... it was good.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to count it.
I didn't want to honk our horn too much, but I'm just saying, like...
You're accepting an award.
That's true. Honk, honk. But no, I'm really proud of that work because this is a show that is built for 22 episodes. Even though our first season was 13, this is network television. We built it for 22, so to have to go back to 13 after really getting in a groove the second season, we had a lot of work to do. We had time to make up for. We had a lot of story to tell very quickly. And I do feel like that was the season that, you know, they say pressure makes diamonds. Now I feel like we are a fucking diamond. And this has been, that season, like, was a testament to, like, what we were capable of. And I'm really just so proud of it. But like he said, even Janine and Gregory, I wasn't willing to make Janine and Gregory go into season 4. I personally wanted to, you know, get them together. Let's keep telling some more stories in the school with the whole ensemble. And so, yeah, it probably would have looked different if we had 22.
Yeah, I think always the delicate balance in the show is like everyone across the board have never wanted to make this the Janine and Gregory show. Yeah. Like I know that's been really important to her since the start. Like she said that when we were doing the pilot of like, I want this to be an ensemble, and this is a relationship that is definitely forefront in a lot of it, but this is never the show. And so it was challenging in that season 3 to figure out how to nail that, give sort of us and the audience what we wanted, but also not make it feel like that was the whole 3rd season, you know?
Well, the other thing about season 3 is that we get a lot of new school district characters, and I'm wondering what the room's approach is to new characters. How do you know when it's time? Do you come in with like a fully formed new character idea, or is it more of a collaborative process with people suggesting personality characteristics, suggesting how they'd play off the rest of the ensemble? How does that work?
Well, I would just say that I think we start our seasons off by, like, especially the first 3 seasons, we kind of talked about, like, having an overarching, like, facet that we wanted to, like, kind of explore that season. So we had charter schools in season 2, and then it was the district at season 3, and we wanted to Janine to, essentially feel like maybe she had abandoned her post at Abbot and getting the job of the district, and then ultimately be, won back by the power of teaching, essentially, and the allure of that. And that was her true vocation. So I think it was just like with the district, I think it was just a natural fit that these characters were going to be a large piece of the pie that season.
Wait, I see Tan laughing, and I know why Tan is laughing. Is because at table reads, the writers have to play the character, the guest cast, because the guest cast is not there. And so sometimes it'll be our writers doing impressions of certain people, and Tan always does Manny from the district.
Oh my gosh. Can we?
No, I know where it's going.
It's really good.
I think we should.
He's not going to do it.
Oh.
Riley, do an impression of Justin.
Yeah, I was
do an
gonna say,
impression of Manny.
Danny DeVito?
Do an impression of Justin.
Justin
I'm just
doing Manny.
doing Josh.
Hey guys, here at the district, everything's fine. Check out this chain.
That's pretty good.
It was like an Inception impression. That was good.
Well, then do it, Tan. The Big T. Gregory Eddy.
That's good.
That was good. Thank you. That was very good. I mean, maybe that's the best time to bring out the medal and the awards because we got the impression. So can we bring out the plaque that we're hoping that you guys will put?
I assumed it was symbolic.
No, it's physical. Oh, it's
hardware.
Physical. No, it's
Medals for
yeah, it's a real thing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys for the work.
You're like,
And then
you guys get to hold it. It goes to the actors. But,
oh no.
Quinta, what does it say?
It says Vulture Roomy Award, Abbott Elementary, and then it has all of our names.
Oh.
We're going to hang it in our room. Thank you so much for this. This is a real honor. No, for real. No corny shit. This actually is really a real honor. People do not acknowledge the writers enough, ever, at any point, at any time. So I was very proud when we got the email that we were getting a roomie because, I never even knew what a roomie was, but I was very happy that our writers were being acknowledged,
Yes.
So, yeah.
Very deserved. Yeah, you get medals as well.
Are you going to put them around our necks?
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Or, okay. Everyone, there you go. Woo!
It's like a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah. Exact same level of respect.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like fucking Sha'Carri Richardson right now. This is so cool. I do. It says writing.
then I can look and be like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do.
There you go.
But I do think it's like, this is genuinely cool. And I think because it is so often we don't, this isn't something that's normally celebrated.
Yeah.
I love this. Hell yeah.
After this, they're never going to let us outside again.
I know. And they shouldn't. And nor should they.
Or there should always be an award whenever you guys.
Ooh, Kate, yes.
That would be good.
Yours is
There you
eating on the green. With the new haircut, yes, bitch.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Joya!
To white men. Here we go. Finally, your moment.
Finally, it's our time.
Finally.
Thank you.
Mine
Thank you,
says
guys.
third place.
No. Do they all say the same thing?
They do.
Okay.
You can personalize them as you want. I think that's a personal challenge for you guys.
Thank you.
In our last few minutes, I want to maybe ask some questions about the future of the show. That's, I made it sound more serious than it was. But there's been a lot of talk about the Always Sunny crossover that's happening.
Yes.
What can you tell us about the Always Sunny crossover and having those guys in the room with you guys? What was that experience like?
So,
anyone who would like to
Garrett?
answer?
That was my episode. I got
nice.
extremely lucky. I won another lottery. It was amazing. I mean, they're like, we're all huge fans of what they do, and just to have them like there in person, like Rob like owns a soccer team in Europe, and you're like, you've got time to come talk to us. Charlie was sick, and he still zoomed in, like willing to like contribute to a show that isn't his. It was a dream because like it was a crossover that happened organically, where Rob and Quinta really wanted it to happen, and everybody involved was really excited, as opposed to like an executive someplace being like, it'll be fun. We take these shows, so everybody was gung ho and really excited to do it, and so really we got to push everything, pretty far. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and we did it. Like our episodes, it's not like they show up in our cold open and then they're gone. Like our 2 episodes are of a piece, and I actually think I was saying this to somebody earlier. Like, I think this is gonna be something really cool. People look back on and be like, wow, they actually pulled this off. Like this, I don't think a crossover's been done in the way that we ended up doing it. Although I will say that almost every day the writers can say, I came in and said, I don't think this is going to happen.
So here's the thing, y'all. Let me tell you what happens.
You did, though.
I said, I want to do this, and Justin goes, there is no way. And Kate very rightfully pointed out to me one day that, what did you say? Because I don't remember.
I said that if you want Quinta to not do something, you say, you shouldn't do that. Here are all the logical reasons why. Otherwise, if you just say you can't do that, she's
I'm
like,
gonna do it.
I'll call the person in charge and I'll make them, I'll change their mind. So that happened with the supersized episode, beginning of season 3. That one almost broke us. And then I didn't understand what the hell was going on at any point. I had it was crazy. But then,
And so, and also because I met Rob and I was like, this can work. Yeah. If I met him and I didn't like him, we wouldn't have tried to do it. But I felt like we got it. He's also a creator and star of his show. They've been going for so long. They're a well-oiled machine. I felt like we had, kindred spirits. But what he's talking about, which I think people don't realize, is our episode will air in January. Right. So it'll be an Abbot Elementary episode. But the first episode of Always Sunny will air, I don't know when their episode's going to air, but probably in June. Their episode will be their version of what happened in this storyline. So that's what's really cool about this, that we didn't even plan for, but it turned into, I love crossovers. I love it. I think they're great. When fucking in Endgame, when Tony and all them, I was like, holy shit! So I love that shit. And so I think, I love it. And so I think it's really fun for TV watchers. We just went to the mix the other day when the episode is finished being edited, you mix, colors done and you're doing the sound. And I was just looking at it like, holy shit. This is worlds colliding and it's very fun. I hope that
Urkel on Full House.
Urkel on Full House changed my life, bro. Changed my life.
I really think like it ended up being, I think, the very best version of a crossover that I feel like could be done right. And I'm so proud of it. I feel like it's
too. I think it's really tight. I do. I think we've done some really cool things this year.
I also think, again, just we're talking about like the power of network television, like Homicide, Law and Order, Angel, Buffy, like crossovers used to be a thing when you had seasons that were long enough to accommodate.
But here's the thing, Roxana, they're not even on network.
I know,
they're
that's
on
what I'm
cable.
saying. Exactly.
So I guess I have to say
different.
thank you to corporate synergy.
Oh.
For FX being under the same.
We owe everything to it.
Yeah, thank you.
That's the only reason we get to do this is because FX is also owned by Disney. If it weren't for that, it wouldn't happen.
Give it up for consolidation, am I right?
No.
These pesky unions would get out of the way.
No, he was a WGA.
No, I was on the board of the WGA. I'm
Explain
very pro union.
For the record, yeah.
He's wearing a button that's
I'm wearing the
New York.
Mag Union button.
Thank you. Wearing a New York Mag Union button. If there was nothing, like no network considerations, like nothing that would get in your way, do you guys have any dream crossover episodes? I ask this because you gave an interview, Quinta, where you said that you love how much Ghosts uses the term sucked off.
I love Ghosts. They make fun of me because I come in talking about it.
Yeah.
But I love Ghosts. I would cross over with Survivor, which Kate put me on to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means.
Uh-huh.
It means the world to me right now.
I know.
It means so
You
much.
gotta know I love Survivor. I want the teachers to go on a game show. So there's this game show I like on Game Show Network called
what's it called?
America
Family
Says. Where my real ones at?
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know how it's always teachers on there, right? I really want our teachers to go on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Justin says it can't happen. I'm going to make it
Owned
happen.
by another network. Cannot happen.
I'm going to make that one happen.
Does anyone else have any ones that they would love?
911.
No.
Second that.
McCoya.
The teachers need to get rescued. They go to L.A. I have it all in my head. We'll talk about it.
It feels like the way that they have the Bachelor and the Bachelorette go before us, that they want Mr. Johnson to be on the Golden
Oh, wow. Yes. Wow.
Absolutely no.
I think everybody wants it.
No,
so everybody.
I love that. He'd be so good on the
You
Golden
would.
Bachelor. Oh,
I don't know if his wife would like that, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. We got 5 seconds, Roxanna. You want to show another clip?
No. No, we're good. I want to thank you guys so much for being here.
you.
Thank you for your work.
Thank you, guys.
Enjoy the award.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you for the Roomy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching the show. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.